Yes. We're back. Guys, we are back. Guys, you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click on because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KI Culture Radio. It is Fresh Start Monday. Hakeem, Jordan, what's cracking like and what's cracking like and what is cracking like and how was y'all guys' weekend?
It was fantastic.
Hey man, over here a little scared. Happened with my daughter, but other than that, she was feeling a little sick. But other than that, we good over here. She's gravy. We all good. So let's get it.
Like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board, Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow. So very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those watching us right now on Rumble and also X. Shout out to those right now watching us on TikTok and also Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Moving along, we got a lot of things to cover. And not only that, it is BET today. BET Awards for you guys that's going to go watch the BET Awards. Y'all make sure y'all go and have a good time because knowing me, I won't be watching it. But going on to sports. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of sports news, big dog?
Let's set up to the NBA. So, the NBA Finals is set. Game 2 happened yesterday, and OKC they took over. They beat the Indiana Pacers. While the Pacers has beat OKC in Game 1. Now this series is tied. A lot of people thought they were going to get swept, but the Pacers has taken the first game, and OKC. And I think the next game they play, I believe, is Wednesday, which is at the Pacers. How's it looking right now? It looks like that Pacers did their job of taking the first game, and they're gonna try to go back home and see if they can take the first two and make it a series for the NBA Finals. So other than that, I don't know if you can show the pitch I came I don't know with the vertical line, but the background. But other than that, I'll go to you, Ronnie. What's your take on these NBA Finals series? Do you feel that the Pacers, they're showing themselves that they could possibly beat the OKC for the finals, or you still got OKC beating the Pacers still?
I still got OKC beating them. I understand they beat them in one game. I wish you kind of predicted that they're going to at least win one game. I thought they weren't going to win no games because the amount of people they have on OKC, they hungry. And them guys are very young, very quick. Yesterday is a prime example. Their guys could blow them out at of any time of the game. The first game they played, they blew them out first, second, and third quarter. And the only reason why they was able to win because in the fourth quarter, OKC laid down. But this time around, they beat them in all cylinders. So them going over there to Indiana, I don't see Pacers winning no more games. I think that's it. I think that's a wrap. Go right ahead, Kim.
Yes, I'm gonna have to agree with you with that. After watching them play the other day, I might have to rethink what I said because they was right there beating and putting the belt on them. You might have a point, man. I think this is going to be an OKC win.
For me, at that first game, I was like, okay, OKC, they got this, they're gonna handle it. But the second half, okay, getting turnovers, but they didn't execute with their turnovers, so they had the Pacers coming closer and closer and closer until Tyrese Haliburton hit that last shot and that last second shot to end again in Game 1.
Jordan, you frozen.
OKC to step it up on defense and basketball. Frozen still? All right, I'm on.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay. So, but yeah. I think OKC is a better team. Like they take it to the max. I think this will go 6 or 7 games. I still got OKC winning it, but the Pacers they headed back home and they go see what they're gonna do at home court. Are they gonna take 2 or are they gonna take 1 or is OKC gonna take both of them, head back home and win in the Game 5 and say, hey, the NBA champions. But I'm very excited to see how this it's even the series. I can't wait to the next game, which I believe is on Wednesday.
Yep. Can't wait to see, but let's see. The game is tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So guys, if you don't got nothing to do tomorrow night, go ahead and check out the game. But I know a lot of people was pretty much going to be tuning in. Jordan, you missed last time we went vertical live. We talked about how the ratings are up. People are all watching the NBA Finals, which is shocking to me. I thought people would be watching hockey, which is on tonight here in Fort Lauderdale in Miami before I get the Panthers against the Oilers. I can't wait because I know the Panthers are going to win tonight too as well. So I'm excited. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Fresh Start Monday. Shout out to Chris right now watching us on Instagram. Thank you so much, Big Dog. Shout out to the 60 people right now watching us on Bingo Live, and also shout out to those now watching us on TikTok. I can't how many people watching us all across the board, Big Dog. We always got to give them people a shout out for tuning in. Can you see? How many people watching us all across the board? Can you see it on the?
Oh yeah. We got 26.
Shout out to you guys for tuning in. We know some people are coming in, so thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Moving along, money. Money make the world go round. Money make our pockets fat. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news, big dog?
Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's talk about how to build wealth, and also how five common mistakes to avoid of starting to build wealth. So most Americans are worried about financial situations, especially here in 2025, and saving for retirement and the cost of living, according to 2025 survey of Mind Over Money. So from Yahoo Finances. So go ahead, can you play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
According to the 2025 Mind Over Money study by Capital One and the Decision Lab, a majority of Americans are concerned about not having enough money, especially when it comes to saving for retirement and the rising cost of living. My next guest says that there are some key mistakes that can get in the way of building wealth. I want to bring in Brennan Schlagbaum, who is the Budget Dog founder and personal finance expert. Brennan, good to have you here with us. You say waiting to start investing, keeping cash idle, ignoring fees, underestimating healthcare costs, and holding too much cash can be risky. So let's break these down one by one. Let's start with waiting to start investing. Why is that one of the top mistakes you see?
The biggest myth I hear is I'll start investing when I make more money. But the truth is, wealth is created by starting early. So the whole key is to start early, and small amounts really compound. The biggest wealth building factor by far is time. So waiting costs you time, and time is one of those things you just can't buy back, unfortunately. I wish you could.
Oh, me too. So why should you avoid keeping cash idle? This is another mistake that you see.
So as you guys know, most banks are offering, 0.00001%. So you can easily move that cash into a high yield savings account. Things like Ally, things like Marcus by Goldman Sachs. And there's not really additional risk, and it's really easy optimization. So it's a no-brainer move for anybody out there holding cash in a typical checking account.
Now, there's the conversation of fees that catch a lot of people by surprise. Why should investors pay close attention to fees?
So fees may look small. You might have 0.5% there, you might have 1% there, but over 30 years, the reality is that 6 to 7 figures. And these are things like expense ratios, AUM fees, back-end load fees, transaction fees, and you want to overpay for groceries. So why would you overpay for retirement? Let's focus on low-cost index funds and ETFs and just watch our investments grow fee-free in the most easy way possible.
And so one of the other things that we hear far too often, especially those who are close to nearing retirement or in retirement, risks of underestimating healthcare costs. What do you see there? How can you kind of flip that on its head and reverse it and set better strategies?
Yeah, so healthcare is one of those big, hairy things that are 30 years in the future. So most of us don't think about this, but the reality is it's one of the biggest expenses in retirement, and people underestimate this. And I know from a personal situation how much healthcare costs can be because my daughter's situation. She has Dravet syndrome, and these bills have totaled over $200,000 per year the last 3 years. She's only 3 years old. And plot twist, Medicare doesn't cover everything. So things like long-term care, dental, vision, out-of-pocket costs, unfortunately, that's not covered. So you need to have planning ahead with an HSA or something like that. So when the time comes, you have the money to take care of yourself and your family.
Yeah, very key reminder there. Finally here, while we have you, why should you avoid holding too much cash?
Yeah, so with inflation, I don't think that's a secret at this point in time. Uninvested cash loses purchasing power every single year. And most people think this is safe, keeping money in a checking account like we talked about, but over 10 to 20 years, this is a real wealth killer. And the crazy thing is, $100,000 in 2020 or in the year 2000 is now $187,000 today. So the cost of inaction, the cost of doing nothing is costing more than it's ever been before.
Brennan, thanks for taking the time here with us today. Really appreciate the
Thank you.
breakdown. Hopefully we can
Yep, so there you have it. Those are the little things we talk about when it comes to wealth. So go ahead, Ronnie, man, what's your take?
Building wealth is gonna take a long time. People fail to realize building wealth you just don't build wealth in one day. It takes a lifetime. Some people it takes 20, some people take 30, some people take 40 years. But at the end of the day, you got the benefit of the doubt, you're gonna end up loving it. So the way to start now is start off small and don't start off big. Some people fail to realize a lot of people start off big and that's when they put themselves in the hole. But start off small. Small dollars you have laying around somewhere, make sure it's investing, make sure you're doing something. Money should not just be just standing around not doing nothing. Money is a tool. It is a tool to make us pretty much wealthy in the near future. If you really break down everything that you spend money on, some of you guys are already wealthy. You just have bad money management. But if you understand the aspect of managing your money, trust me, you're gonna go well off in life. You're gonna go really, really far. So that's what it is. I learned that from Warren Buffett. Any small change you have, make sure it's put to use. Go right ahead, King.
How you doing today, Bobby Brown? So, you got to go look at Aristotle, and he talks about this. Building wealth takes time, like you say, but we also got to be careful in how we do it. Like you said, a lot of people think they don't have money to do it. You can work at Burger King and put $10 into an ETF fund. For the next 30 years, by the time you retire, you'll have something that acquires interest and you'll get a check every month. Is that just that simple? But the thing is education, and we're so scared to educate our people on this. And I don't want you to be scared to invest. Go seek a financial advisor. This is not financial advice.
And I think the one thing is the main problem with sort of average people, they want money, they want quick money. They want to get rich right now, real quick. You know, how can I get rich in a year or 6 months or 3 months, something like that? And I feel like, we need to stop thinking about that and think about the long term. How can I, get rich, in the next 20 years or 30 years? Because usually, we might see like streamers, athletes and so forth, some more people that, they get viral, some on YouTube, TikTok, and everything. And then, a year or two, they get millionaires, something like that, So the thing is, that's really the 1% who gets viral like that. You don't see, I mean, you might see a lot of, streamers, but they only the 1% or 2 or 3% and everything. And I feel, especially when it comes to our Generation Z's and also our young generations coming on board, and they see stuff like on TikTok and everything. Oh, he's making $1 million doing this, or she's making $1 million doing that, like that. And at the end of the day, this only 1%. To get rich long term is about managing what you want to do in the next 20 or 30 years. Like if you work in a career for 30 years, and you can save from your 401k and do multiple things, going to stocks and everything. There's multiple things you can do other than you see a streamer, and they got a millionaire because they hit viral and then years are on, they build everything. Most likely that's not going to be you. The most likely that's going to be you is just learn how to save long term. And eventually, if you do that, have a long term process, it's going to be slow. You'll be okay.
Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to everybody who's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely fresh start Monday. Moving along, hip hop. Yes, Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of hip hop news, big dog?
So let's get into it. So Ray J, he went viral this weekend by kind of capping. We kind of figured that that he slept with Sexy Red, and after he went viral for that, a lot of people was getting at him, including I think Justin Bieber and multiple people influencer Fatboy SSE and everything, and they don't like how Ray J's been kind of allegedly say that he slept with Sexy Red, which most likely he's a big capper, and a lot of people is kind of angry at him. So we do have a clip I came, so you can play the Ray J and then slide to the first, and you can play Fatboy's comments about it.
You said slide to the first or?
And I'm gonna tell y'all straightforward.
The second slide, they play the first slide.
You can clip that all you want to, nigga. Empty the clip, nigga. Talking about I party with Sexy Red, nigga. I slept with Sexy Red, nigga. Ask her. That's on the dead homies, nigga. I slept with her, nigga. Yeah, my name got mentioned in the Diddy trial. What, you thought it wasn't?
I think the volume's low, Hakeem. Can't hear it.
I slept with Sexy
No,
Red.
that's how low it is.
Stop playing with me.
I turned it up. Yeah, that's how low it is.
Go ahead.
You can clip that all you want to, nigga. Empty the
Unless
clip,
he's talking,
nigga.
unless it's something wrong on his end.
Talking
No,
about
no, no. It's on their end. Watch
That's what I'm
this.
saying, like on Ray J.
Yeah.
ask her. That's on the dead.
Ray J is in the same boat as the Knicks. It's fucking
Yeah, it's
true.
Ray J. It's Ray
Like,
J.
you're a capper, my nigga. Straight capper, nigga. What is you going around talking about you fucking bitches and lying, bro? You're a capper, my nigga. Fuck, you had one wish, pussy? Like, you're a capper, my nigga. Straight like that, period, nigga. I don't fuck with Ray J. I don't fuck with him. Simple as that. And that's on my soul, nigga. That's on my mother, nigga. I don't fuck with him. He's a cap star, nigga. Lying about who you fucking, my nigga. Who does that? You too old for that shit, my nigga. You're too old. You're too old. The fuck? You're too old, nigga. Weird ass nigga, you're too old. Like, real talk.
Yep. So there you have it. Like I said, not only did Fatboy had a problem with it. I said, Justin Bieber, he had his 2 cents about this current situation and everything. And a lot of people, like I said, think that he's too old to be doing stuff like this. But go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
No, basically, so for the people that's coming in, some people say, "What is Ray J saying?" Y'all go and check it out. Ray J pretty much saying that he slept with Sexy Red allegedly, but then came back and came back and said that he lied. He only did that. He was just capping. But mind you, he put that on his dead homeboy Soul, who passed away. Talking about he did, and then later on ended up taking it back. See, this is the problem. Like some people not made to be streamers. Even though they can be celebrities, some of them are not made to be streamers because sometimes they can take things a little bit too far. So I know at the end that he did went back and apologized, took it all back. However, it's still stuff still got affected. Because remember, Sexy Red already have a bad look when it comes to her. A lot of people have her to be like the hood rat when it comes to aspect of the in the industry. For someone to come out like Ray J, who is a big celebrity, to say like, "Oh, I put my bid in and already slide in," it doesn't look good. So to me, Ray J needs to stay out of the internet. He's not made to be a streamer because he's gonna put himself into some more serious trouble. Go right ahead, Hakeem.
I just think he's just like any other celebrity right now. They have no visibility. They need something to get some type of traction. It's chasing clout. That's the problem. We're in the chasing clout era. And Ray J didn't have to do that. But let's be honest, look at his history. He went viral for smaction with what's that girl name?
What, Little Kim?
No, Kanye's wife, ex-wife?
Emma Rose. Kim
Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian.
He went viral for that. He went viral for trying to fight Fabulous at the Hot 97, the Breakfast Club. So this is kind of in line with his situation. So he just need to sit down somewhere.
Yeah, you nailed it. Welcome to the world of trying to get viral. I think first of all, Ray J, he was drunk. We could definitely tell he was drunk and everything, how he's looking at that video. And you can see that I don't know if people watch Ray J. He started being more on Twitch and everything, streaming everything, because he see like a DDG or a Casanova, these other streamers, they get a big bank, because a big bank was streaming, and they say, okay, there's money in there, it's jumping in there. And we see a lot of these celebrities doing these podcasts or want to be streamers because there's plenty of money on streamers like that. So, it's about the money. We come these celebrities, I'm not mad at them. They trying to do stuff that, what the younger kids are doing in their 20s, they trying to get them, they see their money, gonna try to get it and everything. I just think, Ray J. Ray J, some stuff he goes too far, which I don't agree on, but he's going to push the metal because if he could go viral, which he has, the blogs are on it, he's going to keep doing stuff like this. So, I know Fat Boy, he's upset at it, but we in the world of, if I have some tea, if I can go viral with it, I'm gonna put it on there. If it goes viral, man, get paid for it.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to White House. He's also in the building. Mr. Hassan is also in the building. Blessed be upon you. And also, Hakeem got our good friend here, too, as well. Where's Miss Brewer? I think it was. It's Sharice. Sharice, I hope I'm saying her name right. Sharice is also in the building. Thank you so much for being here. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. You already know what time it is. It is Fresh Start Monday, so a lot of things are happening all over the world. So we're about to get ready to deep dive to different variety of topics. So join this over there in your hometown. What's going on over there in downtown LA?
Boy, it's a lot of stuff on this weekend. So you guys don't know that ICE has came to Los Angeles and done some raids here in certain areas here in Los Angeles. So there was one raid they did. This is right close to me in Western Lake. It's like probably 6 minutes away from where I live at. So they raided a Home Depot spot, which a lot of immigrants be over. They wave at you. See if you got like a truck or a vehicle, something like that you about to take about to do some work. They waving and ask for work and everything. And then also ICE has hit multiple locations of race as well. And so people got upset. Mostly Hispanics, and they started a protest. So they're protesting all across Los Angeles, but mainly downtown LA. And it's it's been more so destructive that they try to destroy police cars and also destroy the way more cars too, which is a self-driving vehicle, which the vehicle did nothing to these protesters, but right now it's getting hectic. Trump, he sent over 2,000 troops over here, and it's getting busy right here. So it's just right now people are continuing to protest. So go ahead, Hakeem. I had 2 clips. I had the one about the protest, and also another clip about a teacher, I believe, who witnessed the raid at a school graduation, and also a protest as well. Speaking this not about the Americans.
That's right. We're getting some new numbers in from the LAPD on how many people were arrested, dozens taken into custody overnight. And let me show you the scene here. We're right next to Olvera Street across from Union Station. What you're looking at were believed to be Jaguars, Waymos, the driverless cars, 5 of them burnt to the ground. Now, what we've learned is that they were called here to the area of the protest, all 5 of them, on Los Angeles Street between Arcadia and Alameda around 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And that's when a group apparently waiting for those cars, attacked them, slashing tires, smashing the windows, tagging them with graffiti, and then deciding to set them on fire. LA City firefighters letting the cars burn themselves out because of the release of toxic gases from the vehicle's lithium-ion batteries. And as Bob mentioned, this all started in Paramount on Saturday. That's when ICE agents moved in right next to a Home Depot. Now, originally it was reported that they were there to take the day laborers that they believed were undocumented into custody, but it turns out they may have been targeting a meat packing plant that was right next to the Home Depot. Regardless of what the target was, That brought in dozens, then hundreds of protesters to the area where they faced off with ICE agents. And it is that action that is said to have spurred the White House to call in the National Guard. Yesterday, take a look, the protests focused on downtown Los Angeles, primarily the federal building and the federal holding prison where they are reportedly holding the people that they took into custody, those ICE agents. Things getting very, very tense. And this morning we're learning from the LAPD that a total of 42 people were arrested. 27 of them were taken into custody simply for failing to disperse when ordered. 10 were arrested for assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer, including one suspect who police say crashed his motorcycle into a police officer. 3 were then arrested for looting, 2 for arson, and 1 for attempted murder involving a Molotov cocktail. Now, coming up later on Good Day LA, we're going to show you more of the damage because many businesses have also been looted, and the businesses that weren't looted or had their glass windows broken out have been tagged. There is graffiti all over it. We can't show it to you. Words not suitable for television this morning. If you can avoid downtown Los Angeles today, you'd probably be better off doing so. There are more protests planned for later this morning.
I can't handle this, y'all. This is crazy, yo. I didn't think this was about to affect me like this. But our neighbor's school, y'all know I work at a school. Fuck. Our neighboring school, I think it's Gratas, I don't know how to say it. It's Gratas or something like that. They were having their graduation. And there's helicopters in the sky. Most of these schools are... Fuck, yo. Most of these schools are predominantly Hispanic. Most of these schools are predominantly Hispanic. Gratas, I believe elementary, was having their graduation. And all of a sudden, a bunch of parents have to run out because I can't handle this, y'all. ISIS is there. This is the story that I'm hearing. And, you know, our school goes on lockdown. Our principal, you know, tells us it's a drill, but we know it's not a drill. And, you know, I had to come outside. It's my break. We kind of got like off of a soft lockdown. And, you know, parents had to run out because they don't have papers, and they had to leave their kids because the kids do. What type of shit is this, yo? And then kids are freaking grabbing teachers and crying on their leg because they don't know if they're about to see their parents when they get home. What the fuck is this? And we voted for this shit? 15 people just got picked up on Wilshire at the Home Depot. On Wilshire. Yo. Man, oh my God. This is not... ISIS is there.
This is brand new, motherfucker. I'm sure your mama starved. I can see the past. That's why she came here, like all these other people have, to look for a better life. I can see the fucking shame in your fucked up face, puto. I see the shame in you. Go tell your mama how you proud of rallying people and taking them in. What crime did they make? What crime did they commit? Nothing. I'm sure you're proud, bitch. Oh, you know the rest of you defenseless people. Look at you, you're darker than I am, motherfucker. Mira, you're darker than me. But I'm sure you're proud. You're supposed to be here either. You should be in the van. Or claro, puto, because you didn't have the balls to send up for your people. I think I'm serious when Donald Trump... This is brand new, motherfucker.
So yeah, so it's been protesting around the city. Shout out to High, man. I'm good over here. I live by downtown. I'm good. I just stay home, my business. But other than that, I know when it comes to when it comes to here in Los Angeles, it's almost 50% of people are Latinos here. So when it comes to ICE coming here in Los Angeles, and LA being a liberal city, I expect stuff like this. But go ahead, Ronnie.
So here's the thing. Right now there was a war zone going on, even though the BET Awards happening right there in downtown LA on the other side, which is crazy. I never seen nothing like that. Also, to me, it doesn't make any sense. How you gonna protest about these illegal immigrants being here? They're waving their flags. And they're waving their flags so much, go back to your home country. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Come on, baby. You cooking right now.
So, Hakeem, you spoke about that last time. It was a last protest. If you waving your flag, Puerto Rico, not Puerto Rico, that's part of the United States.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Mexico and Honduras and all this. Go back to your home country. What's the big deal about? I would say this is all for show. I find it to be very, very hilarious. You come to our country, to cause mayhem and strike and to help, like the guy stated, mess up someone's graduation day. You know what I mean? That I don't like what's going on in America. It doesn't make any sense because other countries cannot do that. We can't do that in Russia. We can't be like going to Russia throwing the United States flag all over the place. They're gonna be like, what? Go ahead, Hakeem.
I'm always say this. You have to respect the laws of the land, the legislative, the judicial, and executive branch. If you are here illegally, you have to go back home. I'm sorry. I sympathize with them. That does not give you the right to burn, to blow up stuff, to disrespect, stop people from going to work. We cannot sympathize when you break the law. That's where you lose us at. Plus, my Hispanic brothers, I love you. But when we go through our problems, a lot of y'all not there. A lot of y'all not there. I'm not trying to pick sides or something. And sometimes we got to wonder, is this our fight? You see what I'm trying to say? You got to respect. I know I can't go to Mexico and disrespect your country. I know I can't fly American flag and it says we eating tuna salad and casseroles here. We're not doing that. It's tortillas and beans. When you here in America, you fly American flags. You are an American if you're here legally. Be proud of who you are. We're not saying forget your heritage, but you cannot disrespect the land of the law. God bless America.
For me, being an Angelino for over 6 years, going on 7 years in October, stuff like this, you get more and more used to it because, like you said, Ronnie, I'm like caught dab in the middle of it. Down the street, 5 minutes away, you got a BT Wars. You got five minutes down the street where I'm at, closer there, you got the protests going on and everything. And to me, it's like, well, first couple of years, I'm like, yo, what's going on and everything? But the thing is, Los Angeles City, no matter you have the airport, downtown, Inglewood, Venice Beach, Santa Monica, there might be a event going on right here, and across the street, there's a protest and everything. So to people to kind of clear, think about Los Angeles, even though protests they don't show, nationally or the locals like that, they do. You might see some type of protest 3 to 4 times a week somewhere in here in Los Angeles. But when it comes to this, when it comes to ICE and everything, this is what they're gonna do. This is what Trump said when he got to office that, hey, if you're illegal, we're gonna send you out the country. And the thing is, to most of the Hispanics who's voted for him, I don't see why you guys are surprised at what he's doing right now. And my Angelinos here, my Angelinos here in California, especially in Los Angeles, I'm like I said, I'm just sending out minding my business, which majority of other black people are doing. Mind that business. Hakeem Ronnie, majorities are Hispanics. You don't see no whites, you don't see no blacks, you don't see no Asians. It's majority Hispanics, whether they're Mexican flag, something like that, which I find it kind of disrespectful because if you listen to Los Angeles, how about you wear the American flag and say, hey, I have rights here. I'm an American too. Don't take me. Instead of showing your Mexican flag, hey, this is for my country. This is for your country. You go back to Mexico where you come from. It's simple as that. This is how it is right now with Trump's involved. So, I don't see no changes, And the thing is like, I don't get why people want to destroy things, especially the Waymo cars, which, I believe they destroyed like 5, 6 this past weekend. And I really don't get that. The looting as well and everything. I just don't get that whatsoever. So when it comes to protests, if you guys ever come and visit, just mind your business. Let them do what you do when it comes to free speech. If you want to protest, free speech, whatever. When it comes to damaging property and everything, it's crazy. I just saw that the Pentagon is going to send 500 Marines here in Los Angeles next either tomorrow or something like that. So right now the protest is getting very, very physical and everything, and it might get worse. It might get worse because the LA police, they are getting more tactical when it comes to these protests because they're damaging their cars and trying to damage the police officers as well. So I can see this protest probably going maybe the next couple of days. As long as ICE is here, it's going to be protesting until ICE leave when it's done their raid in Los Angeles.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble, X, Bingo Live, and also TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this First Time Monday. Shout out to Know Your Worth. That's also in the building. Why I even say they said not the illegal immigrants' fault. The Democratic Party for letting them into America. It was the Democratic Party that did let a lot of illegals into this country. Now they're getting sent back, and they're blaming Donald Trump for it, for something else of the Democratic Party. Your buddy Sleepy Joe was doing it. Shout out to the 80 people that are watching us all across the board. Shout out to 70 people right now watching us on Bingo Live. Shout out to those right now watching us on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this First Time Monday. So Jordan, what's going on in the Diddy trial, big dog?
Well, we got Diddy trial. So right now they are still Jane Doe is still testifying. So for what we hear, Jane Doe says Diddy threatened to send a sex tape of her to her child's father. Claims his assistants agreed to hide device the tapes were stored on, and she said I became a side chick and a sex worker in my own relationship. Also, she testified that her and Diddy got into a physical altercation back in 2024 after she called him a hermaphrodite for dating a woman 25 years younger than him, and claims she was forced to do freak offs immediately after alleged abuse. And you guys don't know this is regular Jane Doe. She's still getting Diddy's still paying. I think Diddy's still paying bills for her for a house, for living in an apartment and everything. So, the prosecutors kind of keep pushing about this the RICO case. With this Jane Doe, and kind of use the evidence that first with Cassie to really paint the picture of how Diddy is and everything. So with Jane Doe, which I still think she's still in a relationship with Diddy. Even if let's say Diddy walks out and everything, I feel like she was still growing with Diddy and everything because Diddy's still paying bills for her. So right now, I think they're gonna do. I think they did cross examination today and tomorrow, and then after that they're gonna interview somebody else. So we do have a clip, King. So go ahead and play the clip for today for a little run up, and after that we'll chop it up.
Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend is giving more graphic and emotional testimony. The woman known to the jury as Jane is testifying about a pattern of being pressured into sex acts with multiple strangers while Combs watched. She's even testified to vomiting in the middle of one of these so-called hotel nights, saying Combs responded, "Good, you'll feel better now," and prompted her to continue. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges, and his defense team says any sexual encounters were consensual. ABC's Rena Roy and legal contributor and criminal defense attorney Shauna Lloyd are outside that courthouse with more. Rena, what's the latest?
Well, Diane, Jane has told the jury that whenever she tried to resist having sex with other men, that Sean Combs sort of had a pattern of behavior that included things like persistency and love bombing. At this point, the jury has seen a lot of text messages between Jane and Sean Combs. One where Jane says, "I'm not trying to have sex with strangers to fulfill your fetishes." And Combs tells her, "You got it all wrong." Jane says she felt obligated to participate in those hotel nights because Combs was paying her $10,000 a month rent. She says he still is to this day. And the jury also saw a text where she says, quote, "threatening me with the roof over my head ever since I got here." She also sent another message at one point saying, "I know I was consenting like you said in the videos. I don't look like I didn't want to be there." And when prosecutors asked her if she did consent, she said, "Now I'm not sure," explaining that through therapy, she is now realizing that maybe she didn't want to be there.
Shauna, Jane says she felt pressured to keep performing these sex acts because Combs was paying her rent. How will prosecutors try to link that to the charges he's facing? And how do you think the defense is going to try to use that?
So what the prosecution is going to do is they're going to look towards this as the sort of fraud, the inducement, the coercion, right? Because that's what they have to prove in regards to Jane, is that he forced her into these acts. They're using the home, the leverage of not paying the rent, as well as the promises of additional acts he was supposed to commit as the fraudulent inducement to get her to act in these activities. Now, we're going to see the defense push back against that in the fact that this rent paying didn't actually begin until 2023. They were in the relationship since 2020, 2021. We're also going to see the defense attack this idea. Even on the stand, she says, "I was consenting." She says, "I was mad at myself for allowing myself," which means that you actually made the decision to go along and to agree to the act. So you're going to see the defense say that that speaks to what her willingness was versus the fact that she was coerced. I think we're also going to see the defense hone in on the idea that this rent wasn't being paid until well into the relationship. And she said that she wanted a big, beautiful home when he suggested an allowance. So I think that's how they're going to attack this and show that these things were not actually coercion or force. These were just mere transactions in this seemingly transactional relationship.
Shauna, they've also read a lot of text messages and played voice notes they say Diddy sent Jane. What stood out to you there about the messages and also the reaction in the courtroom?
So the messages are really so you can hear his tone of voice. I think that's really what the prosecution is trying to hone in on. They want the defense to hear when he says things like, "I'm not doing that anymore. We're done." They want to hear tonation. They want to hear, especially because he may not take the stand, which is very likely. They want to convey that to the jury. And so that's why they're reading these text messages to give context, because a lot of their conversations happened via text, not over the telephone. So she's talking about why she didn't want to do these things and how upset she is about having partake in these hotel nights, and that she feels as though they are violations of her. And then we see his response back. "I didn't know that you didn't want to participate." And so it gives color to the jury so that way they can see it. The jury's tuned in. I mean, they're taking notes on some of it. A lot of it, they're kind of sitting back and more so taking it in. It seems like they're looking at the bigger picture as opposed to the individual line by line text messages.
Rena, what are you watching for next?
Well, Diane, prosecutors are expected to take the entirety of today to finish up their direct examination. So we'll likely see the defense start their cross-examination probably tomorrow. That will likely take the majority of this week as we see them sort of revisit the testimony that we've been hearing from Jane over the last 3 days as they try to poke holes in her testimony and cast doubt on Jane in front of the jury.
All right, Rena Roy, Shauna Lloyd, thank you both. And for more on the Combs trial, catch the ABC News Live show Burden.
So basically, she's gonna take the stand as long as I think that as Cassie is, because their stories are very similar in a way when it comes to freak offs and everything, and how Diddy treat both of them in a way. So this is one of the reasons why you might see Jane Doe last to probably maybe to Thursday, maybe to Friday. So prosecutor can paint that picture, but also we'll see what the defense is going to do of trying to get a counterattack of the prosecutor. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take so far with this Jane Doe? Do you feel like the prosecutor still has to handle this, or do you feel like the defendants is going to make their move?
The defendants about to get ready to move, and one of the moves they're trying to do is to get another mistrial. They'll request another mistrial, which the judge will is going to speak about tomorrow if he's going to grant it or not. Now, when it comes to the aspect of the prosecution, they keep going to find a way of racketeering, because that was the one Hakeem kept saying about for several weeks now. He said, where is they going to prove racketeering? Right there, Hakeem with Jane Doe. They're trying to prove racketeering, that she was pretty much coerced to do it because of the simple fact of his his power. That's the reason why she did it. Now, I don't understand why the defense do not want Diddy to take the stand. If I'm fighting for my life, I'm gonna take that stand. I'm gonna drop the whole story. If Diddy want to win this trial as his defense team, they need to let Diddy take the stand and really need to drill him in to make him confess that everything that he did was right. Because if not, in the prosecution right now, they got the upper hand. They up right now, Hakeem. You know, you may not like it or not, but they up. They already proved Rico. If they get to prove that racketeering, bro, Diddy is done. So to me, Diddy needs to take that stand. Go right ahead, Hakeem.
So if they can convict him on this, then the judicial system is messed up. There's so many holes in this doesn't even rate. And the fact that he's still paying the girl rent, and they was in a relationship way before 2023, and the rent thing didn't start going, and they didn't start the freak offs in the beginning. This shit had later. This just sounds like a relationship where a man was a deviant. Like, if
so you agree with the mistrial, then you think they should be
mistrial? Yeah, I could agree with the mistrial. This is a waste of tax dollars and funds. They still haven't proved racketeering. They still haven't moved interstate laws. They still haven't proved that he's trafficking women. Like, what it is? He's not making no money off of this. He's not making out a goddamn cent. He's spending money. He's spending 10 grand a month on a crib and he's locked up. That's just weird. I would stop paying the rent. Throw out. Let me not say that. Yeah, go ahead. I'm done.
It's okay. I get it. Well, but this for the thing is, Hakeem, with Diddy, if he's still paying the rent, if he gets out, what's she gonna do, Hakeem? Right?
She's gonna go back to him.
I think she's gonna continue to freak offs and see how to get the main chick. But the thing is, Diddy don't like you like that. Diddy look at you as a freak. Because at the time they're still, in a relationship. Who else was in a relationship at the time as well? Young Miami was in a relationship, but I would say relationship. They would say more as business partners and everything. But they do well. We don't know what happened, but hopefully, when the defense bring their testify, people that testify, Diddy should be one of them. Should be at the end, and also hopefully they bring Young Miami to come in to testify for the defense and everything. So hopefully they could push that out once it's the defense turn to bring people to testify and everything. But
Stephanie White.
No, we're talking about Jane Doe, who's getting questions as we speak this week. So we talking about Cassie. The
and also shout out to Cuban that's also watching us too on Instagram. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we can, and people, and the thing is, we cannot say her name because if you do say her name, you talk about the Fed. So that's why we're saying
that's her name. Yeah, Jane.
Make that, clear and everything. Yeah. So, but yeah, going into that and everything. So to me, her being there, testifying and everything. But the thing is, you still like Diddy, you still love Diddy, and Diddy still paying your bills. I think this is, it's gonna be a strong hand when the defense come and test when they cross-examine her tomorrow, if they start doing it tomorrow and everything, because I just can't see how you're gonna testify against me and I'm still paying your bills. That right there, I'm like, I don't like. Even though I feel like prosecutor have a stronger hand, this right here, I feel like the Diddy defense can really tackle her because about how Diddy's paying bills and everything. So. And so, like I said, I do want to hear more of the defense when they cross-examine her and everything, because I feel like if the defense has the chance to cross-examine, I feel like Diddy's defense team does have a win of punching some holes about the stuff she was testifying against the prosecutor. So we'll see more on that, but yeah, this right here, I don't like this to Jane Doe, because if Diddy's still paying you money, Diddy got something against you that he could tell his defense and the defense can use against her. So that's what I believe.
Stephanie says, I don't think he's gonna get convicted to all the charges, but y'all boys gonna go away for some time. Of course, that was I told Hakeem he might get RICO. That's what I'm looking at right now. But if I was Diddy defense team, I would put him on the stand. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification button on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to 90 people right now watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this fresh start Monday. Now, shout out to 70 people right now still watching us on Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And shout out to the 3 people right now watching us on TikTok. Thank you guys. We thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. So you guys didn't see the movie. Hopefully y'all did see the movie because the movie's pretty good. We talking about the movie Straw on Netflix. So Jordan, what's going on with Tyler Perry? They say he's doubled down on the portrait of black people.
So I'm going to see the movie after the show because my wife said
it's really good. I saw it today. So it's really good. Hour and 45 minutes. Can't miss it.
Yeah. So Okay. So I'm gonna watch it after the show. But Ty Talley, he talks about how he's doubled down of how he chooses how he used black women in his films. Even though a lot of people have some problem with it, it made him a billionaire. And when it comes to us as black people and other people that watches this, he does make good movies. And people still watch this stuff. So go ahead, I can't play the clip, and if that will chop it up.
People who think that my films focus on the struggle of black women, because they're right, it does. I'm in doing this. Let me tell you something. If I get an opportunity to put a black woman on screen for people to see them in love, in happy, in joy, in pain, in struggle, what I'm doing is a service to all people, so that people will know that black women are not just strong and one thing. They are all things, and they go through all of these different things. So to have an opportunity to be able to paint all of these pictures in all sides of it is something that I'm paying homage to my mother, to my aunt, to my sisters, and friends and cousins, and the things that they all went through. So that's what I would say to that. And I say nothing to those people who think that my film.
Yep. So go ahead, everybody. What's your take? What
because you guys didn't see the movie, I'm not gonna spoil the movie for you guys. His portrait of black women in the film was actually extraordinary. I loved it because it showed the black women what they really face in life. People fail to realize at one point we was black little boys. Now we are men. We see some of us who was grown in a single parent. Unfortunately, I was not grown in a single parent household, but some people that were born in a single parent household, they talk about the struggle they used to see they black mother face, unable to get their bills paid, medication, not getting enough help, crying that night, wishing that there was a man in their life that they could come to there and help them with support. So him portrait of these black women in this film was actually, I'm not gonna be lying, it was extraordinary, and I think it brings some sense of awareness that a lot of black women, which I always keep stating, needs help. Now, some people may say I'm pandering to black women. No, I'm not pandering to black women. I'm just speaking reality. Some of these black women who are hardworking black women, I go to work every day, they just need the help they need from a man to help them to take them to the next level. But this film right here, I'm not gonna lie, 10 toes down. It was a great film. It was a good movie. Go ahead, Akeem. Good movie.
I found this movie to be despicable, disrespectful.
You didn't even see the film.
I did not see the film. I found it to lean towards a little bit more on a culture vulture. We need to stop portraying negative images about struggles. I need to see positivity. We can't keep dwelling.
But that's not life, Hakeem. That is not life.
No. I'm tired. I'm tired of the black struggle. I'm tired of this.
But that's life. Go down the street, you go see a black man, a black woman struggling.
I want to see Kwame graduating from Harvard. I want to see Mutombo creating a disease-free little girls being the top-selling cookie. I need to see better movies in this. He does the same playbook. He feeds into our struggle. Him, Lee Daniels, all these perpetrators, they always feeding into this. This is the one I can't. I need to see. Listen, you want to know something? If he was going to portray something about a black woman, why not portray something about Tabitha Brown? Make a movie about her being one of the top selling spice ladies, or Madam C.J. Walker, where showing young black women to be business owners and how to control you showing a lady who lost her child, got kicked out the house, who
but that's an everyday struggle. That's happening every day.
We already know that. We don't want to hear about that. There's people who are triggered by this trauma. They don't want to keep being reminded. I'm tired of being reminded.
You gotta remind people so we can do better. If you don't remind people, if you don't remind people, you're gonna continue to be in the struggle.
Brothers, I still got nightmares from Precious. Bro. I don't know. Listen, Lee Daniels should go to jail for that movie.
Hakeem, come on, man. You gonna make me run out of here.
I'm being real. He should be arrested. So Straws is even worse on that. He says, so what people struggle keep is worse than that. Let's see an honorable mention story. Why can't you do a movie like Will Smith did with A Pursuit of Happiness?
That was it. You can't judge the movie until you film. Do you understand there was a woman in the film that was also a wealthy woman in the film? Do you understand that? That was it. You can't judge the movie until you see it. There was a black woman that was in the film. I don't want to mess it up for Jordan because Jordan is actually going to see it, and she was wealthy. So he didn't only just focus on black show. He showed two parts, a different personality of a woman. There's a black woman that's struggling, and there was also a woman that was also wealthy.
It was revolved around the struggle of black women, and mental health, which a lot we already know. Single mothers go through some of the worst mental health ever, and the kids have suffered from it. I don't want to be reminded. Show me a healthy black nuclear family of all black.
No, but you can't say you don't want to be reminded, but at the same time, we listen to artists every day talk about the hood. We in the hood, y'all. We got chain jewelry all up. And we promote those guys. We making them guys rich.
That's not us, though. They're not in our circle.
What do you mean? That's not us. What are you talking about?
They're not in our circle. I don't support the degenerates. But what I'm saying is this. Black women are the most attacked in the media. They're the most wrongfully depicted. There's so many great examples that we need to show. There's so many concepts and movies that could have this. This was despicable. He is clout chasing to make dollars. He knew that this was going to be a sensation and all that. I can go down to every Tyler Perry movie where there was some clout chasing and making black people look like we was even more dysfunctional. Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, dialogue. I'm not gonna stop it because I think you guys are y'all just saying this stuff for the internet. You're not speaking real life. I'm speaking real life. We promote rappers, gang members, all of that, and we highly celebrate that each and every day. We highly celebrate our toxicity within the black community, and that's a fact. We do celebrate that. We making people rich off of it.
Look at our brother Joe Hunter, brother Hakeem. God forgive Tyler. Show a positive black man supporting his family and wife. We need to see something like that. Family matters. Family matters. Cosby Show. We need that for God's sakes. I'm tired of seeing the struggle.
And I want to say this thing is Hakeem, you right about that. When it comes to the 90s, we had a lot of black family shows and everything. And I don't know why Tyler Perry can see he can take what happens in the 90s and kind of push it up and show a positive with a black family and everything. So I'm definitely gonna see the movie, when it comes to the picture, I'm just gonna judge by the picture and everything. But when it comes to Tyler Perry and everything, they always go to the struggle, which I am tired of seeing it as well. I'm tired of seeing the struggle because if I can see real life right there, I do not want to see.
But Dollar, hold on, George. Dollar say he don't pander to black people behavior. That's false. Because I see on other people's channel who do a lot of toxicity, Dollar. So don't go there. I pay attention. All I'm talking about, you guys entertaining. Y'all send y'all money, y'all super chats. When there's a black conservative channel, people do not support it. They support more toxicity than ever before. I would say stop the cap, guys. Stop it. Y'all capping right now.
No. Listen.
Y'all capping right now. Y'all made a lot of people rich off of toxicity. I don't want to hear that. Y'all capping. Go ahead, Jordan. Y'all capping.
You're right about that, Hot Ronnie.
I know I'm right. Trust me, I know I'm right.
But Ronnie, they're not in our circles. They're not in our circles.
They is in our circle. We go on their channel. We go on their platform. We go on their panel. What are you talking about?
I don't support them doing.
Well, Ronnie has a point.
Of course I have a point, Jordan. Go ahead.
There's no type of drama. There's no type of thrill. They want something thrilling and drama, which I'm not. I don't like. They can pass that over there. Because it's too much emotionally draining. It's mentally draining. I don't got time for it. I don't.
Love and Hip Hop got popular off toxicity, Jordan. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Listen.
Love and Hip Hop New York.
Look what King Rooster said.
What are you talking about? Not just you, Jordan. I'm like, what are these guys talking about?
Look what King Rooster said. I don't watch black shows because the first 15 minutes of the show is either cheating on their husband or wife or somebody from the alphabet community doing some kind of funny business. Bring back a different world. Bring back Cosby. Bring back Family Matters. Fresh Prince. Oh, what's the show LL was on when he was a retired football player? In the house.
Jordan heard him. This society do not want positivity. They want negativity. That's what sells. Positivity, you ain't going nowhere.
Jesus, give me some money so I can bring the shows back. I don't want to watch.
I promise you, that don't sell no more. This generation we're living in, Jordan heard him. We're living in a generation of toxicity. That's what's making all the money. Look at Kai Cenat. Jordan, he's creating a drama island. That's what's selling. That's what's making the money. Doing positivity is not gonna make the money. I'm being honest with you.
Hey, Ron, just because it sells, just because it makes money, doesn't mean we got to do it. We can save the ones who want to be.
You trying to make money, or you trying to make money for your family, or you gonna be on the street? Which one is it?
Ooh,
see, look at Stephanie even said it. You want that, but it's not what we. Yo, it's what it is. It's
listen. When you do something positive, God is always going to feed you. It's not going to be the negative bag. It's going to be the positive bag, just enough for you to eat.
Okay, Dollar said that's what I want. Dollar, do one positivity on content. Let me know how many views you do. One negative, see how much views you get. And guarantee you get more views on the negative than the positive. And that's a fact. And he knows.
No. Listen.
If you go to live, it's like I say, if you go to live and you got drama, they'll see you more cash out. Say, hey, no, don't end the show.
Listen.
Look at DJ Vlad. We support DJ Vlad. We love DJ Vlad. He even shout out to our show one time. He do negativity and people watch him. He became rich off of it.
Yeah,
and he's right.
But nobody, they don't support him like they used to. A lot of their views are going down. Positivity is coming back. Fight the power.
Look what happened with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Everybody was more on Drake's side than Kendrick Lamar. And Kendrick Lamar he's a conscious rapper, very smart, very intelligent. Kendrick Lamar friend right here, she's here right now. On Stephanie Walker, she'll tell you, selling out country and everything, but everybody still focused on Drake because you know why? Drake gonna come in with that negativity, and sometimes he may put a little bit of positivity in there, but he knows what's sell. He knows what's gonna cultivate the crowd. Real talk.
Listen, teach your children what's real and fake. I don't do negative content if I can help it. My views are still up. Listen.
All right. I'm not gonna do it. I'm thinking life. Life should. Stephanie, I'm not moving the goalpost, man. Y'all moving the goalpost. Get fast, man. Like you struggling to make your point. Struggling to make my point. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification button right here side. Remember to click on. We do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. Look at what happened. We debating. It might be a little bit negative. Our numbers going up. You see what I know exactly what people love that negative drama type toxicity, man. It is what it is.
You said, brothers, would you raise your kids in a negative home or a positive? We know the answer, but we choose the content of negative. You're right. Majority of the masses do, but the few good. We want the positivity. We want a different world. We want Family Matters. We want Cosby Show. We want Sanford. We want the shows that shows positive images of our people.
It's like the news network. Why the news?
With
Look about the
comedy
news
too,
network,
because
Jordan.
as black people, you love to laugh.
Look at the news network. Why news network never show
I miss
positive?
that.
Why they never show nobody? Oh, graduate from high school, graduate from college. Black people that doing stuff within the community. They would rather show a man getting gunned down the street in Miami than a guy that's actually graduating from school with a 4.0 GPA and never missed school.
We might need to create a news channel.
Because they know at the end of the day, negativity is going to what? It's going to sell, and it's going to bring the numbers up and the views up. It's going to have people react to it than the guy that's actually graduating down the street. I can't do it in the weekend. We talk about a woman that won tennis. A black woman that won tennis.
Yeah.
We got views on that one. But let's talk
No,
about
we didn't get him. Coco Gut. But listen, chant down Babylon. Chant down Babylon.
The end Babylon.
No. Chant down Babylon. We don't want no negativity.
So right now, look what we're going to talk about next. Jordan, what's going on with Brittany Renner?
So she got married, and then she got divorced in 7 days. Don't take the word from me. I can't play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
And now that shout out to No Change that's in the building. I love this. This is fun.
This was the fastest divorce I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, thank you.
and they Muslim.
Divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married. And then during those 90 days, you are not to entertain anybody romantically. So what I will say is that Islam has made my life a lot easier. I think even with this transition and, things changing, honestly, it's I don't think anybody gets married to not stay married. So I think my biggest thing for me is this is a nice 90-day reset, just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. And what I also will add is that I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say in this world. And I have no shame in that. That's why I'm here. BET Awards. As you can see, I'm out here on this blacktop by myself.
Yeah,
we got married April.
Stephanie asked how long we're going to stay on live today. Go ahead, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got
Yeah, it's
we still got a couple of topics, but yeah. But yeah.
What you want to say something? Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, so Brittany Renner, grand opening, grand closing, and just like that. But Ronnie, man, what's your take?
I think she wanted to get her freak on. So if we're able to get her freak on, I don't know, under the Muslim faith, Hakeem and Joe heard on people that are Muslim can probably answer to that. I think you're not allowed to have intercourse until you're married. So I think that's why they went in and got married, got it in, and then she realized it wasn't all that great, left the marriage.
52, but everything she said is correct, but the thing that is more disrespectful is her putting this out in the public. You don't play with Islam like that. Islam.
No, we had that conversation in the past.
We had that conversation. Islam is not going to a BET concert. And then she say it's a 90-day recollection. She don't know if she's pregnant or not. Why are you outside doing a meet and greet in hijab? The sisters at the mosque would not allow it. This is how you know she don't got real Muslims around her. They would have told her, hey, get off the camera. Turn that off. Real Muslims ain't allowing her to speak like that and making Islam look like we're Christians now. No disrespect to the Christians. Islam is a very serious religion with serious people. Peace be upon the Prophet Muhammad. This is a serious religion. This is not something you play around. You don't play with his image. You don't play with the life. You don't play with the Quran. You don't play with the hijab. You don't play with anything. This is not something you put on today, take off tomorrow, put on today, take off tomorrow. This is Islam. This is forever. I don't want nobody to play with that. So her doing this, let me know, get off the fucking camera. with Islam, please.
You're right about that, Hakeem. And the thing is, to me, it's that little taste of trying to go viral. Hey, let me talk about my thing, which that to me, when it comes to Islam, that's the wrong thing to do. But she's still got a lot more growing up to do when it comes to Islam and being in this religion, because this is no joke and everything. And it's just like she's gonna find a hard way of learning of the stuff, the mistakes that you have doing, because be with Kevin, being married for that's a limited amount of time. It's just like we just laugh at that. I was like, yo, you disrespected Islam and you disrespecting yourself, and it's just very crazy to me. So, and she said, if I also follow my heart, everything's gonna work out, but. Yeah, Brittany, you got a lot of work to do still. You still got a lot of work to do.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. Shout out to Ann right now. It's Annie right now watching us right now on IG. Shout out to, you already know, King Rooster. It's also in the building. Also, Mr. Muhammad, blessed be upon you. You already know, Jordan. We got 2 more topics to cover. You already know, Jordan. What's going on in Las Vegas? There's a shooting going on in Las Vegas.
Yeah, man. This is so. There was a man who shot 2 people while he was on a live stream, and it has something to do with some social media beats, from what we're hearing. So in Las Vegas. So go ahead, Keem, play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Police in Las Vegas this morning are searching for a suspect involved in a deadly shooting near a popular tourist destination on the famed Strip overnight. NBC's Sam Brock joins us with this breaking story. Sam, good morning.
Yeah, correct. Good morning. Police say right now there is a manhunt underway after a typical night of fun on the Vegas Strip quickly turned into bloodshed. This was about 10:30 last night local. The supposed live stream of the shooting now circulating on social media as authorities are urgently trying to find the suspect behind these killings. And we should warn you, some of the images you're about to see are disturbing. This morning, police trying to track down a gunman who opened fire on the famous Las Vegas Strip overnight, leaving at least 2 people dead. The chaos sending terrified tourists scrambling to get out of harm's way. Las Vegas police saying it might have stemmed from an online dispute.
At this point, we believe we have the suspect identified and that this is an isolated incident, knowing that the suspect and the victim had previously engaged in some type of conflict using a variety of social media platforms.
Video posted onto social media appears to show a gunman firing shots during a live stream right in front of the Bellagio Hotel's iconic fountain.
Are you kidding me?
Coming during the busy overnight hours on the Vegas Strip, police writing at the time, the shooting did not occur inside a casino. Please avoid the area. The department says officers on patrol in the area immediately ran towards the gunfire.
They found 2 victims who were laying on the sidewalk, suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Our officers rendered medical aid to both victims, but their efforts to save those victims' lives were unsuccessful.
Guys, you can hear what sounds like a total of 7 shots in that video. While police say they believe they've identified the suspect, they are still asking anybody with information to please contact them. In the meantime, they're going to keep providing updates on the case as the search clearly continues.
All right,
thanks,
Sam,
Evan.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've also found out today that the shooter, he did turn himself in today to the Henderson Police Department, which is Nevada. So go ahead now, Ronnie.
Oh man, this is a sad case, man. You can't even go to Vegas no more. They getting down like that. I didn't even know you could have an open carry in Vegas. I thought it's illegal there. But anyhow, at the end of the day, they need more security. And not only that, but it's shocking because I remember Las Vegas Strip, they have like a lot of police presence. So to me, I don't know how that was even able to happen. But luckily the man turned himself in, because I know if not, they would have been on him like a manhunt. They would have really hunted him down. But go ahead, Hakeem. That's crazy.
So this was a man and a wife that got unalived.
Oh, really?
It's a man and a wife. It was YouTubers, and had a minor altercation with the guy with the hat. It was a YouTuber. I didn't get the name yet, but they had some spat or something. He went and gunned him down. I want him to go to the chain gang. I need the death penalty. I don't want him to live no more. You scaring them good folks out there in Las Vegas. I want to go to Las Vegas. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Let's get that straight. You can't think you can come out here and willy-nilly and up the pole. We need you to perish. Please, death penalty on the table. I don't see nothing else. He did this in public. He had a regard for the safety of the life of people. I need chain gang and death.
Facts.
Yeah, when it comes to social media conflict, drama, whatever, to me, it's never too that serious that you got to go outside and find the people on the strip and shoot them and everything. To me, you had the something now to say, hey, I'm just going to go out and shoot, the YouTubers and everything. And this, to me, this is very, very crazy and insane. I agree with you, Hakeem, 100%. He definitely need to be under the jail penalty or something, because you just want to go out that's what's that? I believe it was that Sunday night, and and then find the people and shoot them out of nowhere in the open like that, where there's people walking and everything. That's crazy. So yeah, man, he turned himself in, and you gonna do some serious time or whatever, because that's just really insane. And I'm praying for the two people's families and friends, because you should never, take somebody's life like that in the open and somebody having fun in Vegas like that, man. This is sad.
It's crazy. Like Mr. Tharlog said, right, like in the beef sector, that I just saw on YouTube, like that beef sector, stuff like that, I stay away from. And them people are crazy.
You see, my family here, Jordan, we don't play around like that.
Yeah, nah.
We got family, we got kids. We not playing around like that. Please don't play around like that with us. This is why all them guys who's in that beef stuff, we keep y'all over there. We don't.
And not that, even though we may also joke around in the chat, but I didn't. We already know it's all love. We have fun.
It's all love. Yeah.
It's all
That's
fun.
Family. It's all family.
So we're not on that. No.
No.
Y'all have a disagreement with us, you can just hit us in the back on IG or email. Yeah. We'll make sure to get back to you guys. But nah, it ain't like that over here. For real, because that's crazy. To hunt you down in Las Vegas, to shoot you down on broad daylight?
Yeah. And the camera right there. And there was witnesses.
Man.
There was witnesses. You could clearly see him letting it.
On live stream.
Yeah, letting it go.
It was on a live.
Yeah.
It was on the YouTube live. Live streaming. Last topic on today's show. So, Jordan, what's going on with Sierra? She encouraged Jim Jones to get married? That ain't happening.
Exactly. So, over the weekend, Sierra, caught up with Jim Jones, sitting doing a podcast interview. And he was trying to express how, he should tie the knot with him and his longtime girlfriend, because they've been together since almost I believe 20 years now, and never tied a knot. So go ahead, Akeem, play the clip and that's that we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. I hope my crap will go on. Don't sit down. Oh, come on, because we need this to happen. I'm sorry, because I just really need this to happen. I don't want to get mad at me because I don't know how you feel, but I really need y'all to just go ahead and I'm coming in hot. No. Should I just stay on what I'm on right now? Yeah, go ahead. I'm stay on it because why not? Why not? Like, y'all have lived life in every capacity anyone could live it in. You're living like you've already done it. So let's just seal it properly. seal it properly, because you know what? He deserves it. You deserve it. Why not? Like, I look at y'all and I'm like, they're so cute, they're so fly. Chrissy is so beautiful and so dope, and she holds you down, like down, down, down. Like, this is a spirit talking through me right here. I'm just saying, like, I saw you and I got excited because I love what you are to me to music and what you meant to me coming up. And also when I see y'all, like, from a love perspective, y'all, like, touch so many people. It's time. It's time.
But let me be your
Come
flower. You was here to give me them words of encouragement and the words of advice. I really do.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That means so much to me. Oh, you think you're good? Come on, man. Come on, one time. Guys, how are y'all? I got my crash. Well, I'm on it. Don't sit down. Oh, come on, because we need this to happen.
Yeah, so Sierra said she felt in her spirit that she had to say something to Jim Jones, but I agree with one of the comments that somebody put out. But go ahead, Ronnie.
He don't want it. I'm with Stephanie Martin on that. He don't want it. He would have married her a long time ago. They've been together for like over 20 years. To me, they married already.
20 years.
So to me, I think for some people they realize if they get married, it complicates things and they might end up in a divorce. So they like to keep things for what it is. But to me, they married already. They just don't have the title. But they've been together forever. Since Love and Hip Hop New York. They've been together for a very, very long time. So she's not going anywhere, and Jim Jones definitely not going anywhere. So eventually, will he do it? If you ask me, I don't think he would. It's over 20 years. Why stop now? Why start now? Go ahead, Hakeem.
Here's the thing that I don't like. And respect to women, but sometimes y'all need to know how to stay out of other people's business. It wasn't her business to tell a grown man to marry whoever. That's none of your business. Make sure your situation's straight. You can't come out here and play like y'all are matchmakers and stuff like that. Whatever they got going on, that's their business. Secondly, I love Jim Jones. We're going to say this. I love Jim Jones. Jim Jones paid for the funeral of my dead homie.
Yeah, he did. Facts, he did.
R.I.P. to Mondo.
Yeah.
But when it comes to his business, that's his business. What him and Chrissy got going on, they've been doing this for a couple years, ain't got nothing to do with us. We're not looking for them to be examples of black love. We're not looking for them to be examples of anything. They're entertainers. We can't keep looking at entertainers as an example of how we should live our lives. And Sierra just need to mind her business.
Yeah, when it comes to Chrissy, Jim Jones, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, if they be working so much, you know, working so well with this 20-year relationship, to me, they're married to me. You know, you don't need to put out a ring and everything. You know, they've been together for a long time. They worked it out. You know, some people, you know, they don't want to, you know, tie the knot and everything. Comfortable where they are right now. You know, because some people fear stuff is going to change and it's not going to be like how it used to, how it is. So because of Chrissy Jim Jones, you know, they're set over there right now. You know, they are lovers. They're you know, they've been together for a long time, but because of marriage like that, they just have a fear that, you know, it might ruin things, and that's what I see and everything. So, you know, with Sierra, you know, she definitely took the extra step trying to, you know, talk to Jimmy. You know, you should not do that, especially around in front of people and everything. To me, that's a no. And like I said, he's always stepping her boundaries about doing that. And Jim just knew that, but he's like, yeah, I get it, whatever, all that type of things. But end of the day, Jim Jones and Chris are gonna do whatever they're gonna do, and it's working right now. They're gonna be together as long as they want to be.
Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Twitch, Rumble, X, TikTok, Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Like always, shout out to the lovely Stephanie Walker. It's great to see you, Stephanie. We happy to see you. Shout out to No Change, that was also in the building. Shout out to Mr. Darlog, that was also in the building. Thank you so much, King Rooster, for being here. Joe, don't hurt him. Blessed be upon you. Shout out to Mr. Muhammad that was also in the building, man. We had y'all. We had the heavy hitters tonight. Shout out to Waha, who's also in the building, always coming through, showing us love and support, man. We really do greatly appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryant for coming through, and also shout out to Sherry. Hey, Sherry, because I know she'll be watching this. She just forget to comment. But shout out to you guys for always tuning in, watching the. Shout out to my sister who's watching us right now on Instagram. Shout out to Diddy, who was in the building. Miss It's Ann. Also, co-host of the Shiesty Avenger was also in the building. Shout out to Cuban that was also in the building. Shout out to Chris, who's also in the building right now watching us on Instagram. Shout out to you guys on, I gotta say Bingo Live, man. We had over 70 people watching us on Bingo Live, man. That's really, really dope, man. I'm starting to like Bingo Live, man. I've been showing us a lot of love. And also TikTok too as well. Thank you guys so much. This is our second week doing this with you guys. And we love you guys so much. But don't be afraid to comment. Let us know. Comment. Also, guys, so before you go to Chaos Culture Radio description, in the description where you can find the Chaos Culture Radio store, where we have the Chaos Culture Radio t-shirt, where we have on the Chaos Culture Radio hat, the Chaos Culture Radio coffee mug, you name it, sweater, you name it. It's all in the Chaos Culture Radio store. And it's also in the description. So, guys, go ahead and check it out. And make sure you go to Chaos Culture Radio Community tab. In the Community tab, where you can find Prince Hakim's book, Raising Kings, where he talks about black adolescents, little black boys, how can you put it into good development like you have it right there. I read the first chapter of the book. I got hooked to it. So, guys, he gave out very, very good details on how to raise black boys within the black community. So, y'all guys, go ahead and check it out. And also Black Love is also in the community tab. And also his album, Broadway Fat, is in the community tab as well. Make sure y'all click the QR code and lead you guys right over to the album where you go listen to it, or you want your own physical hard copy. Like always, guys, it's so greatly appreciate you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Y'all enjoy your Monday. Remember, the BET is on tonight. And if you want to be like me, also watch the movie Straw. Jordan said you're going to watch it right after the show. So go ahead, check it out. And let us know what you think about it. Hakeem, Jordan.
I'm watching The Ballerina. That's what I'm going to go watch.